feel when the day is over and I've worked well and I'm glad to be so tired. I need a word for when I've spent hundreds of hours with those I love and I'm talk sore and smile aching. I need a word for when I'm alone, and over the miles are parts of my heart, deep in others who are warm and safe and at peace. I need a word for when a job looms like a greyhound, and I can do it, and I want to do it, and I tingle to get at it. I need a word for that warm, gentle flow that covers every corner of my being and says, "Love, I am with you always." I need a word real bad, and I think it might be joy. Or maybe it's God. Then again, maybe they're the same word.
Once a woman decided to make herself worthy for God. She knew a friend who had a deep and moving voice. She listened to her carefully and then trained her voice to sound just like her friend's. She knew a man who had a masterful stride. She watched him closely and then trained herself to walk in just that way. She knew a man who had clever and profound thoughts. She spent some time with that man, and soon she had made the man's thoughts her own. She knew a man who was witty and a pleasure to be with, and she studied the man carefully. And soon she could say the same kinds of witty things and have the same pleasant personality. And she stood on the curb one day.
And God walked by and never saw her, never even noticed her. Disappointed, the woman gave up the newly trained voice and stride. She flung off the borrowed thoughts, wit, and personality, and she sat down on the curb, despondent and confused.
Then she felt a hand on her shoulder, and she looked up to see God smiling at her. And God said,
"Hello."
And then he called her by name and said,
"Come." Once I prayed, "Who am I?"
If only I knew who I was.
if only I knew what I could do.
If only I knew why I was.
If only I knew what to do.
And I prayed more earnestly, "Who am I?"
If only I knew faith would come. If only I knew strength would spread. If only I knew I could work and serve and grow.
And I demanded in prayer, "Who am I?"
And he smiled and said, "It is enough that I know. Follow me."
And I did.